Gina Carano, and you guys remember Gina Carano, speaking of cancel culture and people who get booted off platforms for no good reason. Gina Carano, of course, the actress who was in The Mandalorian. She is a conservative. She happened to tweet something conservative leaning. She was kicked off The Mandalorian. Disney Plus got rid of her. She's now with the Daily Wire. Well, she went back on Rogan a couple days ago, and Rogan's into this thing now, and they're talking about Klaus Schwab, the World Economic Forum, and how they've basically installed political leaders, even here, right in America, and up there in Canada.
The influencers, the people that step in and try to manipulate things to get us to do one thing or the other thing based on the amount of money that they're getting from these special interest groups.
And so these people, are they heads of corporations, or are they...
There's a lot of that too.
Yeah,
There's a lot of that too. There's a lot of the pharmaceutical drug companies, oil companies, energy companies. What they're doing, what they're trying to do is maximize their profits, right? That's what all these companies that are, if there's no reason for them to be investing in politicians if it's not profitable.
And the World Economic Forum then is
That's bizarre. That's the most bizarre one. The fucking dude who dresses like Darth Vader. Klaus Schwab from the World Economic Forum.
He can be in one of my movies. He can bring his own wardrobe.
That motherfucker is wild. He's like a bad guy in a movie.
Well, and then you can have Justin Trudeau and Gavin Newsom right there with him, and it's like you got a full-on
opportunity for the Great Reset.
Okay, so the reason I'm showing you this is everyone's starting to talk about it. I know not mainstream media, right? So you have to forget the layer that protects the NPCs, the non-playable characters, the blue anon people, the blue-pilled people who will never come around to reality. But everyone on the ground that has one of these is starting to realize there is something really weird going on there. When Rogan is like, yeah, this guy who sounds like Darth Vader, he dresses like Darth Vader, and the Great Reset is coming, and it's like this is like a Hollywood script, this guy. And then what Gina's saying there, and he could have Trudeau on one side and Newsom on the other. I mean, Trudeau is an acolyte of the World Economic Forum. All of the policies that he's bringing to Canada right now, where they are cracking down on misinformation, where they are making all people who report on the news register with the government, where they are now tracking what you're doing online in crazy ways, and I'm sure ways that we have no idea of. These are ideas of the World Economic Forum. When you've got the Netherlands, when you've got the Prime Minister suddenly cracking down on his own farmers who produce food for his citizens, is he doing that because he thinks it's a great idea, or does somehow Klaus Schwab have his hands in that? Like, I know it all sounds nuts, but we better start thinking about this, or we're not going to realize what's going on here before it's too late. And perhaps it's too late right now. Or you could also connect this to a guy like Gavin Newsom. What has Gavin Newsom done in California? Well, you know my feelings on that. He has done everything possible to intentionally destroy the state. And if you haven't been to California, although I don't recommend anyone go to California, Santa Monica in particular, because as my buddy John kept saying when we were there, Michael, what did he say it smelled like? Yes. Urine cakes. That's right. Not just urine. Urine is a very specific smell, which all of Santa Monica smells like that. But the urine cake, which is supposed to, hide the urine smell, that's what Santa Monica actually smells like more, because they're spraying urine cake smell all over the urine. Sidebar. Point is, if you were to go to California, you could drive from, say, Los Angeles, SoCal up north, and everywhere in the farming country, which is the bulk of the middle of California, all there are farmers with signs saying, we cannot get water, vote out Gavin Newsom, et cetera, et cetera. Gavin Newsom, much like Justin Trudeau, is instituting policies that are destroying the place he is supposed to protect, right? That's what a governor is supposed to do. You're supposed to create the conditions so that your state or your country can flourish. And what Justin Trudeau has done up in Canada, we know Canada has tons of people leaving right now. People have absolutely had it. We know that truckers are uprising. We know that that all the stuff that they are doing related to the internet and everything else, this is evil authoritarian stuff that if it was happening via, say, a brown Middle Eastern leader, right, in an Arab country, we would be saying it's the worst possible thing. But when our own guys do it to us, we're very confused.